child, it's your turn to shine. You were born for such a time as this. He's calling, wake up child, it's your turn to shine. You were born for such a time as this. He's calling, wake up child, it's your turn to shine. You were born for such a time as this.
Yeah, you were born for such a time as this. God loved you. He loved me. He loves us. For such a time as this, we were born right now. In this time, you are here on earth, and you co-heir with Christ. And God, like, He knew us before. Like, He knew us before we were formed in our mother's womb. Like, how cool is that? That the amazing Creator of the earth and all knew you and me before we were formed in our mother's womb. Before Trina Olsen was born of the Olsen family. Before I was in my mom's belly of Dorothy Marie Smith Olsen. Before I was conceived in my parents, I knew God. Like, how cool is that? Like, yeah, like, that's scriptural. Like, we knew God. Like, and I just feel like God is so mighty and so all-knowing, and we were created for a purpose. And the purpose is so much greater than what we can even conceive. Like, what if, this is my opinion and this is my thought, what if God truly did know me before I was conceived? And what if I had an amazing relationship with the Father? I don't know what that looked like, and I can't wait to really know what that is again. But I know that I desire something greater than I can ever imagine on this earth. I want that. I desire. My heart desires it. And I know that we long for something greater. We try to fill it with the void with so much other junk in our life, but nothing ever fixes the loss and the hunger inside of us, except for God Himself and Jesus Christ. Like, He is all amazing. And I am so excited because I live on this earth in 2016, and God is using me as much as He can use you, and He loves us. And Jesus said we were created to do greater. In John 14, He said, you will do greater than Him. We were created to do greater. And if I knew God, what if there was such a purpose in my life? That what if, because I knew God and I had this incredible relationship with God before I was formed in my mom's womb, that relationship that I had with God, what if He said, hey, you know, Trina, you know what? And I don't know what my name would have been. I don't know what I would have looked like. I have no clue. And it don't matter. I just feel like we were part of God. And so what if, like, He's like, hey, He's all about relationship, and He's like, hey, what do you think about this family down here? Do you think you can overcome the enemy? He said, what if, you know, if I would separate myself from you, and I would place you in that womb? And He said, what if, Trina, can you overcome everything the enemy has that he's going to throw your way to find your way back to me? Or will you jump and go? And I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I can overcome this. But what if we had a part in it? Like, wouldn't that make you feel like I can do this? Like, we can't blame God anymore. We can't blame God. Oh, God, you put me in this family. You put me in this life. Oh, my gosh, this life sucks. You know what? What if you had a part in it? I am just saying, this is my opinion. I am not, like, I don't care what you have to say. This is my heart. I believe that I had a relationship with the Father. And And that relationship was so amazing that I had a part to play, because I don't believe that we're a puppet on a string. We have such a free will, and I believe that the Father believed in us so much that He knew we would overcome the enemy, and that we would put the enemy under our feet, and that we would trample on snakes and scorpions because we carry the power and authority of Jesus Christ in us. That we would overcome the enemy and he would be nothing to us. Nothing. What if you had a purpose in life that was greater than the life that you live? What if you could walk on this earth and see people set free left and right? What if you walked on this earth like Peter, Paul, John, James? What if you could be like Jesus? Because Jesus rises up inside of you. He lives inside of you. He intercedes for you. He is the greater. He is the greater part. I just want to encourage you to just meditate on some of the scriptures that talks about how you become one with God. That this temple, this here, this, it's part of God. Like, I am so excited about life right now that I can't even think straight. I can't do anything but think about who can I love on? Who needs touched by God? You know, and I got to see, you know, we hear so much devastating crap across the news, and we listen to this stuff and it fills our minds. But you know what? I was in Memphis today, and an amazing young black man, 2 of them, helped us today. And it like there was no fear. And there was several other people that helped us today when our battery died in the car. Like, it was so amazing. Like, it wasn't about a black-white issue. They helped 2 white women with a Pennsylvania license plate in Memphis, Tennessee. There is so much love in this country, and we need to stop letting the news dictate who we are, and we need to start reading the Bible and letting it tell us who we are. We need to start encountering the God that we read about, and not just read to read, because we need to know Him. We need to eat the Word and let it become us. We need to allow the Christ in us to rise up to become greater than the junk of the world. Because you know what? I don't care whatever happens. I could care less who becomes the president of the United States. Because you know what? My God is greater than anyone who is in the government. It shows it in the Bible time after time. God trumps all government. And He can take it down in a heartbeat. And I believe in my God. And I want to serve my God with all my heart. And I want to love the unloved. And I want to kick the shit out of the enemy. And I want to love the hell out of people. And I just encourage you to maybe realize that you have a purpose in life that is beyond anything you can even imagine. That you have a purpose in life that is beyond what you can see. And to get over yourself, however you do that, love on someone today and watch God move in your life. I dare you to speak life into somebody and watch God start speaking life into you. Because it feels so awesome to lift up somebody. I saw a young black man today, and he put a smile on his face from ear to ear, and it was just from a word that God gave me. And God loved on His Son today. I see blacks and whites, and they come in unity, and it is not about a black-white issue in this country. It is called, it's time to put the enemy under our feet and stop worrying about race, stop worrying about sex, stop worrying about whether who is top or bottom. Just start finding a purpose in your life and start loving the hell out of people, because you were created for such a time as this. And it's time. It is time that you start stepping into your destiny, because there is a quickening of the Spirit right now. There is a quickening of the Spirit right now. And as that quickening of the Spirit happens, you can either get in the game or you can watch by the sideline. And you know what? I wouldn't want to watch by the sideline. Because, I don't want to ever be sitting on the couch someday and say, what if I would have stepped? What if I would have put fear underneath me? What if I would have went around the world? What if I would have jumped when God said jump? I just believe that He says step. And I'm there with you, my baby boys and baby girls. Just step. Just trust. Learn to trust. Because He loves you. And you were created for such a time as this. And what if you had a part to play in your life? And what if God is waiting for you to cry out to Him? Because He's been crying out to you. And it's time to remove all the hindrances in your life and start to focus on the one true God. Because you can have an incredible life. And your life is about ready to get rocked. Because there is an amazing God that wants to encounter you greater than ever. And He is the one true living God, Jesus Christ. And I thank you for listening, and I pray that God rocks your world and that He fulfills your destiny, because He brings out the glory in you as you fulfill the destiny on your life. Jesus gave God glory when He completed what was called on His life. And we were also asked to do that. That is part of Jesus' prayer for us. And God was not created to snatch you out of the fire. You were called to walk through the fire with God and to come out not smelling like smoke. So, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the fire was turned up even hotter. And Jesus saw in the midst of flames, standing there with them. And they weren't charred, and they didn't smell like smoke. And the fire didn't touch them. And so I just thank you for just embracing what God has in you. And I just dare you, I challenge you that tonight, while you're laying in your bed, cry out to God and say, God, if you're real, show up. Because He will show up and He will show off. Because He is ready to embrace His sons and daughters. So I'm so excited for you. God bless you.